Ready?
Yeah.
The Quran in English translation. Yeah. And you can order that on our website, afreequran.com. We pay the shipping, the book, and everybody can read and enjoy the translation of the Quran. Yeah. And by the way, it's 2 columns on every page, which means it's easier to read because you don't get lost when you come back to the next line. Anyway, if anyone would like to join us as Dawah Partners, dawahpartners.com, and then you can donate for each and every one of these that we give out. By the way, we have an offer right now of 10,000 of these for only $1. So every dollar you can donate, do it, and then you'll get the rewards of all the people who enjoy the Qurans that we send out. So if you can do 50, that will be $50, 50 Qurans. 100, imagine putting the Quran's translation into 100 different homes and 100 different people coming to Islam. Maybe it's up to Allah, but this is our offer, and get busy. Do it now. dawahpartners.com.
قناة Guide Us التلفزيونية الفضائية.
The programs and the channel are all dedicated to the true faith, what it is, why we need it, how we use it in today's world, in simple English, 24 hours a day, right here on Guidance TV. This is Yusuf Estes, the Guidance TV, bidding you peace. Salam. Salam alaikum.
ووظف الشيخ يوسف التكنولوجيا في عمله الدعوي.
And I'm interrupting this promo to tell you we are live, and we are so excited about it because we have a guest speaker with us tonight, Ahmed Redwan. And if you don't know who is Ahmed Redwan, you have really missed a lot. So I would like to introduce him as soon as he comes on. I'm ready for him. And there's a problem with the link right now, they're telling me, so we're going to just be patient. That's what Muslims are good at, right? And well, maybe I'm not so good at that, but I'm working on it. Anyway, so we have something that we're going to be talking about tonight. And this is the thing that we really need to remember right now. This is a focus for the true believers to focus on this. And it's in the Quran. And I just talked to Ahmed Redwan on the phone, and he's going to be with us. He's saying that this is something that he memorized and goes over it and over it in the situations that we're in right now, and he's lecturing about this in all of the places he visits. And I really want you to tell everybody to tune in right now for this, because this is going to be a real gangbuster show, and it's so exciting for me because as a Muslim convert, I have a lot of things that I flash back on. Even after 30 years of being a Muslim, I flash back on some of these things and I think, why is this happening? But the absolute peace and sakina coming from the Quran itself. It's all in Allah's plan. It's in Allah's plan here and tell you what it's about, but I don't see him coming on right away, and I don't want to keep you in suspense. Oh, here he is. Here he is. MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Sheikh Yusuf, how you doing?
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, everything is well.
MashaAllah, are you ready for tonight? Because we're going to be talking about the things that we talked about on the phone, and we talked about this, and you really settled my heart by talking about this, and you memorized it, and I would like to hear the Arabic on it. So if you don't mind, we can jump right into it. Is that okay?
You're talking about the ayah, Surah Al-Baqarah?
Yes. Oh.
All right. Okay, we'll talk about it a little
Arabic.
bit.
I just need the Arabic on it.
Okay, how about, okay. First of all, before we go to it, if you allow me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told us over 1400 years ago, when we face difficulties and hurdles, we have to, to seek help through patience. And usually we know when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always, He tells us, the prayer very, very important. But in this particular verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He asks us to seek help through patience before prayer. And He tells us the following in Surah Al-Baqarah number 2, which is the verse 153. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين. Oh, you believe, seek help through patience and prayer.
Arabic, only Arabic, because we got the translation laid out.
Okay, all right. So, all right. So
if you have it, you don't like we just did on the phone. We did the Arabic.
Okay.
Together.
ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. This is from Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us over 1400 years ago what to do, and we're going to go through a
Shakirun.
Yes, and this is really important for us as Muslims to know the meaning of it, because most of the Muslims today, over 90%, are not Arabs. And those who are not Arabs, some of them do know some of the Arabic language, but now I would like for this translation to come from us and see what we know or agree on. I'm all about translations, because I know that if you really want to know the Quran, you have to learn the Arabic language. Mm-hmm. And you've said that so many times. If you really want to know the Quran, you have to learn the Arabic and sit with the Arabic people to learn from them, the scholars, the ulama. So
exactly.
That's a given for us. But I would like to ask this question of you. You know that some of the translations have been purposely mistranslated by some of the non-Muslims to forward their wars and their agendas on us and perpetrate all kinds of nonsense and mischievousness and even deaths. So so that's why we'd like to see what you think about the translations of this, and I'm going to show this to everybody so they can see it on the screen. Let's see if I can do that right now. What I have to do
in order for anyone to really get to understand the true meaning of verses of the Holy Quran, you really have to learn the Arabic language. Because translation, there is a lot of words and things we try to come close, but it is not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same, but we try to get the closest to the translation. and Arabic, it's a very easy language to remember. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He picked the Quran to be in Arabic, because it's one of the easiest language anyone can memorize. And what is so unique, Sheikh Yusuf, a lot of people, they're not Middle Eastern, they're not Arab, they memorize the Holy Quran, but when you communicate with them in Arabic and outside of the Quran, they are clueless. But they can memorize the Quran perfectly.
Okay, I think that we can put it up here right now. Yeah, here we go. And this translation, and it says, it starts out with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It starts out with, and do not say that those who are killed in the way of Allah, that they're dead. Rather, they are alive, but you don't perceive it. And it's right here at the bottom. And I'm running my cursor over it so they can see it. And then the next one, the next ayah, it says, and we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger and loss of wealth and lives and fruits, but give good tidings to the patient. Now, I would like to come back to this when we're done because of the word fruits after the lives. So now it says the next ayah, 156, it says, who, when disaster strikes them, they say, indeed we belong to Allah, and indeed to Him will be our return.
Exactly, yes.
And then in ayah 157, it says, the translation means, those are the ones upon whom are blessings from their Lord and mercy. And it is those who are rightly guided. Now, I don't think the word rightly is in there, but I think it should be in the translation, because people can be guided in the wrong way or misguided, right? What do you have on that, Sheikh?
Yeah, it's like I mentioned earlier, it's become close to the translation, the true. But in order to get the true substance and the true understanding of these verses, you really have to speak the language. And in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we say, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ. شَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ, it means that we're going to be tested with some fear. And sure enough, a lot of us on earth right now, we are full of fear and worried about tomorrow, because we do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. And then wal-jaw' means people going to have no food. And exactly this is what's happening in Palestine right now. There's people are full of fear, and there's hardly any food there and hardly any water. وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ. Amwal, which is again the money that the people have earned through their life, here it disappeared overnight. Well, anfus means people gonna die. People gonna die during this test. People gonna die, and sure enough, we have a lot of it right now. Over 10,000 people. Wathamarat, which means we're gonna lose crops. We're gonna lose fruits, food. وَبَشِّرْ الصَّابِرِينَ, and give glad tidings, of course, to the one they have patience. So, my dear brother and sister, in a situation like this, we need to exercise patience. Do not let yourself run out of patience. And there is, by the way, there's a dua. There's a dua in the Holy Quran, also through Surah Al-Baqarah. When you run out of patience, is to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to feed you back patience. And I'm going to share that with you. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. Our Lord, pour on us patience and set firm our feet and make us victorious over the disbeliever. Allahumma ameen. This is when you run out of patience and you do not know what to do and things become very tough on you. And then seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you sabr, which is patient. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course, inshallah, will grant you patience if you ask for it and it comes out sincerely from your heart, not just from your lips. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help you, inshallah. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It could be anything. Losing a son, losing a car, losing a job, losing a wife. It could be anything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tests us through this, and we need to stay firm in our faith and iman billah.
All right. Now, one of the translations, it's saying, well, most of the translation, when it says sabr, it says patience. But in English language, we don't really cover all of the facets of that word sabr. Musabarin, these are the people who are having the sabr, and it's required that they have patience, of course, but they have stick-to-itiveness. They don't give up. They stand their ground and firm in their belief, and they hold on tight. Many of the things that I'm saying right now are incorporated in this word sabr. Is that true or false?
That's true. You're absolutely correct, Sheikh Yusuf. You're absolutely correct. It is. Yes.
I would like for us to know that this is exactly what's happening. But now, what about Musa alayhi salam, Moses, in his time did he have to have sabr when he was going through all of that he went through?
Wow. Sure enough, Prophet Musa alayhi salam, he went through a lot from the day he was born.
Whoa, take us back to that. How was he born, and what was it? What happened?
Okay, what happened is there is Pharaoh was he was the superpower of Egypt around that time.
Pharaoh? In English we say Pharaoh, right?
Yeah, Pharaoh. And then Pharaoh in the Arabic language or the Quran language. When I say Pharaoh is the Pharaoh, okay? So Pharaoh, he was controlling Egypt at that time, and he had unmatched military power. Economically was very strong, socially, scientifically, militarily, politically, all aspects, he was very, very strong. And then he had a dream that there is a boy is going to take over his kingdom. So he told his people, okay, any newborn, let us kill him, and get rid of them and leave only the girls. And then they start doing this, and his people told him, but wait a minute. If we do that, we're going to be losing a lot of people, and we are using him as slave. So we're going to have hardly anyone to help us, and so on. So why don't we 1 year to kill the boys and 1 year to leave them? So Harun, in the year it came into there's no killing, a new infant, and then Harun was born. And then the year they're supposed to kill the new infant boys, and then who was born? Musa alayhi salam. So his mother, she got scared, but she knows the result, what is going to happen. So she does, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, awhaha, means he inspired her to put him in a box and leave him in the river. And she sure did. She put him in a box and leave him in the river, and the wind and the waves took him to who? The most enemy person on earth, which is Pharaoh, his enemy. And then the mother, the wife of Pharaoh, she saw how beautiful and innocent this little newborn. She said, hey, why don't we keep him for ourselves? Because he could help us and we can take him as a son. And then Pharaoh, he listened to his wife and took him, and then Musa, he grew up in Pharaoh in his castle. And then after this, he started getting older and older, and then he started disagreeing with Fir'aun, and he left Fir'aun and walked away. So, and then later on, he went to, right after this, he decided, when one time he was walking in the street and he struck one person from Bani Israel, from Ali Fir'aun. He was breaking a fight, and then when he was breaking the fight, accidentally he killed one person. And he was so scared from Fir'aun because Fir'aun will get even with him. So later on, he started, getting older and much older, and then now, and then also Fir'aun, he had a lot of power and a lot of control over Egypt. And let me share that surah from Surah Al-Qasas بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن فرعون علا في الأرض وجعل أهلها شيعا يستضعف طائفة منهم ويذبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم إنه كان من المفسدين. Surely Pharaoh exalted himself in the land, and he divided the people, the children of Israel, into groups and weakened them, and then killing their sons and letting the female to stay alive. And he was a tyrant and oppressor on the land. So, and then Pharaoh, he went as far as he used to say, Ana Rabbukum al-A'la, I'm your highest Lord. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he decided to send Musa to wake up Pharaoh. Hopefully he come to his senses. And again, this is from Surah Al-Mu'min بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا وَسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ إِلَى فِرْعَوْنَ وَهَامَانَ وَقَارُونَ فَقَالُوا سَاحِرًا كَذَّابٍ. So here, indeed, we have sent Musa with our signs and the proofs to Pharaoh and to Haman and to Qarun, but they said he's a magician, he's Sahir. And then, and who's Haman? Haman is the minister of Pharaoh. And then Qarun was appointed by Pharaoh to be the head Israelites. So here, my dear brother and sister, Pharaoh start spreading the word among the people there that the Bani Israel, they are nothing but they are liars and they cannot be trusted and so on. And then he started putting propaganda in everyone's mind that Musa alayhi salam, he's trying to take your land and so on. Again, I would like to share that from Surah Ash-Shu'ara بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يريد أن يخرجكم من أرضكم بسحره فماذا تأمرون. He's trying to get you out. Here is Pharaoh is talking. Pharaoh, he's saying he's trying to get you out of your land, and he's a magician. So now what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And he asking them. And then again, and he was also, beside this, he had everyone controlled, and he divide people, and they are just like they are living in an open air prison. Bani Israel. Pharaoh was doing this to Bani Israel, similar to what is going on these days. So, and then beside Pharaoh, he was superpower, and he have a big castle. He have a lot of security and unmatched power he had at that time, just like he was a superpower, just like United States today. And then Pharaoh, he really, and his people, they could not sleep at night. And they always worried because he know he is the oppressor. He know he is wrong. He know there is one day he's going to be questioned about this. So here again, and then he decided, well, I want to start killing their more children and to control them, and maybe perhaps to start killing their leaders. So Pharaoh, he decided he wants to kill who? Musa alayhi salam, and also his follower. And again from Surah Ghafir, and I would like to share that with you. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقال فرعون ذروني أقتل موسى وليدعو ربه إني أخاف أن يبدل دينكم أو أن يظهر في الأرض الفساد. And Pharaoh said, let me kill Musa and let him call upon his Lord. I fear that he will change your religion or that he will cause corruptions on the land. And actually Pharaoh is the full of corruptions. And he wanted to kill Musa and so on. So what happened after this? Pharaoh, he decided to put all his army together, and then he wants to get rid of Musa alayhi salam once for all, and all his followers. So he put all his army, and they started chasing Musa alayhi salam and his army, and they got trapped between the Red Sea, and behind them is Pharaoh and all his army. So here again, Musa alayhi salam, he referred to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala awha. Awha, it means he inspired him to do what? To strike the Red Sea with his stick. And a lot of us know that story quite well. And Pharaoh, he started following them, and then here Musa alayhi salam, he struck the Red Sea with the stick. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فأوحينا إلى موسى نضرب بعصاك البحر فانفلق فكان كل فرق كالطود العظيم. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired Musa alayhi salam to split the sea in half with his stick, and sure enough there were two big portions full of water on each side, and Musa and his follower, they went through the Red Sea safely. And who followed him? Pharaoh and all his people. And as soon as all of them got in the Red Sea, now what happened is the water crashed on them and killed Pharaoh and all his followers. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear brother and sister, he did not use B-2 bombers, he did not use aircraft carrier or machine guns to take care of the oppressor, which is Pharaoh at that time. What did he use? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses water to give life, and also in this particular incident, he used the water to take life. So rest assured, justice, inshallah, will be served on earth somehow.
Sheikh, can I interrupt you? It says here on Wikipedia that Pharaoh, Haman, and their army in chariots were pursuing the fleeing children of Israel, drowned in the Red Sea as the water parted, closed up on them. The one that was killed was definitely Pharaoh and Haman, right? And their army and their chariots.
And also his follower.
Yeah, but not any of the children from Israel.
No, those they were saved because they were behind Musa alayhi salam. So Musa and his follower, they were saved, but Pharaoh and his follower, they all killed, and the Pharaoh as well.
It says here that Pharaoh's submission to God at that moment of death and total destruction was rejected, but his dead body was saved as a lesson for posterity. What do we know about that?
You cannot say it any better than that, Sheikh. MashaAllah, about your knowledge. You're absolutely right.
I'm reading it right off the screen.
No, you know quite a bit. You're absolutely right. Because of the time, I could not really go to the full detail, but I'm glad you mentioned it. Yes, you're absolutely right that his body, I was told, is still in Egypt until today.
Well, we can come back on that one because we got to take a break right now. Guys, stay tuned, stay guided with Guidance TV because you don't want to miss the next part of it. This is the proof that Islam is the haqq, is the absolute truth. And stay tuned, stay guided. We'll be right back right after this, okay? I just need to put this on and okay, watch this and we'll come back.
قناة Guide Us التلفزيونية الفضائية.
The programs and the channel are all dedicated to true faith, what it is, why we need it, how we use it in today's world, in simple English, 24 hours a day, right here on Guidance TV. This is Yusuf Estes, the Guidance TV, bidding you peace. Salam. Salam alaikum.
ووظف الشيخ يوسف التكنولوجيا في عمله الدعوي من خلال المواقع الإلكترونية، مستخدما اللغة الإنجليزية بشكل مبسط وممتع لضمان سهولة فهمها من قبل الحضور، بالإضافة إلى استشهاده بالقرآن والتعاليم الإسلامية خلال حديثه.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Yusuf Estes with really good news. But first, many people are hearing things about Islam, but they are not getting the right message. So the best time to get the right message out is right now. And we have the best way to do exactly that with Allah's support and your help. We've got our projects, our websites, satellite TV channels, and now we can reach every home on the planet, inshallah. Let's make that difference together. It's easy. And be my dawah partner. And we are back, and we're talking about the Pharaoh and at the time of Musa alayhi salam, Moses, and it's in the Quran. If you would like to get one of these free Qurans, we can send it to you. afreequran.com, and if you have a trouble on that, I think maybe somebody's trying to hack that, but you can go also to our other website, allahsquran.com, allahsquran.com/free. And then you'll see the form and fill it out and send it to us, and we will send this to you free of charge. You will not even pay for the shipping. We want to do that because we have people that want to receive the reward of sending it to you, and we'll absolutely do that. Okay? Now, I wanted to come back to the topic. We were talking about Pharaoh not being accepted. He immediately, as he was drowning, he says, I believe in the God of Moses. I believe in the God of Moses. And the angels told him, told Allah about this, and Allah's telling the angels, don't worry about it. I'm not going to accept that from him now because this is the last straw. Okay? It's not going to be accepted. Now, what does posterity mean? Okay, that means for a long time. And in the last days that Pharaoh of this guy will be found. And that is exactly what happened. In Egypt, there was one of the mummies discovered, and they discovered it, and then they brought it out, and they had problems with it. So they contacted some of the scholars from around the world, not necessarily Muslims, and one of them came in all the way from France. And he looked at it, and he says, this guy wasn't embalmed. He was preserved by salt water. I remember that. And yeah, and the other thing was that he didn't die of natural causes. He died of drowning, and they did a
autopsy.
Yes, on the body, and then they were able to discover what this amazing discovery of this is the Pharaoh of the Bible. And of course, it was the Pharaoh of the Quran. It's the same God. It's the same message, you know. So that person, that man, became a Muslim over that, and he became a very good friend to some of my friends, and they told me about it. They know him, and they prayed with him before he passed away, rahimahullah. So that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. And now, so let me refresh your memory. Pharaoh and Haman and their army and chariots pursuing the fleeing children of Israel. They drowned in the Red Sea as the parted water, closed up on them. Pharaoh's submission to God at the moment of death and total destruction was rejected, but his dead body was saved as a lesson for posterity. Okay. And my pronunciation of the English words is not that great, but I wanted to tell you, before I became a Muslim, about 10 years before that, I took my son and we were in Chicago and we wanted to go to one of the exhibits and see what was going on. And there they had a museum out on the lake, Chicago's lake there, and we went into the exhibit, and it was Egypt, and we said, oh, look at this, and there we had this and that, and from Egypt and old times, and then they had the body of Pharaoh right there for us to see, and I said, whoa, that's a mummy. And they said, no, it's not a mummy. And they just started trying to explain it to me. And I said, okay, whatever. And I just passed it off because I didn't have any idea about Islam. And that was when I read it in the Quran, I said, oh my God, my son and I saw exactly that on display.
You actually saw Fir'aun.
Yeah. I guess.
That's amazing.
I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know. And his body is on display exactly like the Quran said. It will be saved as a lesson for posterity. Whoa. That's
an amazing story. That's an amazing story. You know, I'm glad you shared it with us, and this way the brothers and sisters on the air, they can go and take a look and themselves when they can go visit Egypt and they can see what we're talking about is real, you know.
Is it possible to visit Egypt at this time? Is there any hold on that?
Still, yeah, it's not all that bad. You know, I understand we are in war, but maybe after everything calms down, inshallah, soon, with our dua, we need to do massive amount of dua. And then, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make things easier. And then we could go Egypt and go everywhere, and Jerusalem as well. You know. And I wonder, a lot of people, I wonder if they know about the story about Jerusalem. Can we talk about it, Sheikh Yusuf?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, about the Masjid al-Aqsa. Why the Masjid al-Aqsa is so important to us as Muslims. Why is so important? The Masjid al-Aqsa, the one in Jerusalem. It's because it is the second holy sacred house of Allah built on earth during Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal salam. Also, and it was the first qibla before for Muslim. We used to pray toward al-Masjid al-Aqsa years ago. Okay? And then after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam immigrated from Mecca to Medina, and then our qibla was changed from Masjid al-Aqsa to Mecca. And then also another reason why it's so important, the journey of Isra and Mi'raj, whereas Angel Jibreel have taken Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal salam from Mecca to Jerusalem, where he prayed there, and then the follower was the prophets such as Prophet Isa, Prophet Musa, Prophet Nuh, Prophet Ibrahim. They prayed behind Prophet Muhammad alayhi afdal salam. Also, Angel Jibreel He have taken Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam to different levels in heaven. And this is why, some of the reasons why it's so important for us and Masjid Al-Aqsa. And then beside that also, there is rewards, certain amount of rewards when you pray in Masjid Al-Aqsa. The reward of praying at Masjid Al-Aqsa is like 500 times more than any other masjid. And then
actually, I want to ask you a question now. Sheikh, have you ever been to Aqsa and prayed there?
I would love to go there. I do hope and pray.
Next time I go, I would like for you to be able to go with me. What do you think about that?
Wallahi, would be the happiest day in my life. If we can go together, inshallah, and pray there. I was in Jordan and was attending a wedding a few months ago in July, actually, last July. And I was tempting to go. I was in Jordan, so Jordan is very, very close to Jerusalem. I was planning to go, but the time, it did not allow me. But inshallah, next time you're going there, let me know. I would love to join you, Sheikh.
Actually, we went to Jordan, and then from Jordan, we went right into Gaza. And then we spent a few days in Gaza, and then we spent maybe over a week it was over a week, because we arrived on Friday, Juma, and we left on the following Saturday, I think, or something like that. Anyway, what we enjoyed so much was the company of the people, and the guards were very nice to us. We had no problems with anyone along the way. They didn't even check or ask any questions of us. They brought us in. They have a checkpoint, and they brought us inside the building and served us coffee or whatever you want, drinks. And my wife had some drinks, soda pop or something like that. And they brought me the black coffee that I like. And everyone was so nice to us. And
do you know why? Do you know why?
I don't know.
I will tell you why. Because you were Sheikh Yusuf Estes. You were not John Doe. That's why. Everybody knows you, Sheikh Yusuf.
Well, I've met some of the Christian officers who were there, as well as the Jewish officers that were there. And all of them were so nice to me and my wife and the people with us. Everybody was really nice. I didn't have any idea that this could escalate up into something like this. So I don't know about Hamas. I didn't hear anything about that while I was over there. And I have to plead dumb on this. I have no knowledge about this until that took place. But it started up something that really got out of hand, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, it did, but again, we have to refer to dua. I mean, Allah, because we, Sheikh Yusuf, regardless what we pray, what we eat, what we speak, we are from one source, which is Adam and Eve. We all should love one another. We should care for one another, because the end of the day, we belong to Adam and Eve, and we have only one God. So this is really, we're not being created on earth to invade one another, to harm one another. We're not been, or to take anyone's property. So why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created us on earth? What is the purpose? The purpose, my dear brother and sister, is to worship Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Al-Wahid Al-Ahad Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Dhariyat, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا
Yeah. You know what, Sheikh, I'm asking you if I'm doing the right thing. I'm telling the people, don't make dua against anyone, not the Palestinians, not the Israelis, not the Hamas, but make dua that they will be guided by Allah.
Peace on earth.
Is that true that the Prophet ﷺ didn't curse people? He asked for them to be guided. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, yes, exactly. To have peace on earth, regardless, because again, we belong to one another. We love one another. We need to help one another. And that's the whole thing. We cannot, you heard it. So we need to focus on this and not to be diverted from the right path. Everything it has been, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, it have a purpose and it have a reason. And anything that we manufacture as a human being, it have a purpose. Just like, for example, the chair I'm sitting on, what is the purpose of it? Is a person to sit on it. A car is to take you from A to B, from one place to another, and so on. Everything have a purpose. And then we need to look at why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. What is our purpose? Is to worship Him. We should not be diverted from that. And then while you at it, enjoy life. Enjoy in here. But remember, the main reason, wallahi, if everyone love one another, care for one another, all human beings, we belong to one earth. There is not the Israelites or the Palestine or the Egyptian or the Chinese belong to different planet. No, we all belong to one planet. So we should not be fighting. We should be hugging each other and enjoy life. So I want to finish, Sheikh Yusuf, was about,
Can we talk, before we get into anything else, we only have a few minutes left. Can we talk about Masjid Bilal in Los Angeles?
Sure. Yeah, Masjid Bilal, this I call it the mother of all masajid. Why I call it the mother of all masajid? Masjid Bilal Islamic Center, which is located in Los Angeles. It was built approximately 1950s, way before Vermont. A lot of people, they refer to Vermont to be the first masjid or as the oldest masjid in California. But I discovered 5 years ago that Masjid Bilal has been here around 1950. And who put it together? The African American brothers. And I joined them about 5 years ago. And we demolished that old building because of the earthquake. It happens a few years ago. And we are almost finished rebuilding that masjid. And now it's standing on own feet. And that masjid, by the way, brother and sister, the minaret is approximately 75 feet high. And we are sitting right on the corner of Martin Luther King and Central Avenue in LA. And who invited me to help and work with this team is brother Hisham Stata. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him and reward him. We're going to have a grand opening or a big celebration on December 1st, which is going to be on a Friday. And we have invited, I'm sure most of you know, let me see here, Bismillah ar-Rahim, Dr. Muzammil Siddiqui. Dr. Muzammil Siddiqui, he's going to be with us on Friday, December 1st. And he's going to deliver the khutbah, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it afterward, inshallah. So I'm inviting each one of you. Join us December 1st and 2nd and 3rd. But Friday is going to be a very good event, and I want you to attend the khutbah. And also the big day is going to be on December 2nd and also the 3rd. And the address there is 4016 Central Avenue in Martin Luther King in Los Angeles, California. This is one event I have working with. Another event, alhamdulillah, I work at, by the way, with various masajid, various schools, and also clinics, health clinics. So my next episode here we have on December 10, a school is called CORE. CORE, they help the refugees. A lot of them, they came in from different countries and they are unable to pay the tuition for their schooling and learning Quran and so on. So I join also this group here. Inshallah, I'm going to have a benefit dinner for them on December 10, and it's going to be where? In Yorba Linda Islamic Center. And this is where Sheikh Yusuf used to pray and used to live very close to this place. So I do hope, and I hope Sheikh Yusuf joined me in those two, and he said he's going to try to do his best to join me, inshallah, in Martin Luther King and South Central Masjid Bilal, and also core event, which is again December 10. So please do reserve those days and see if you could join us. We would love to have every one of you.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, the Islamic Center of Yorba Linda, and we have some pictures of it here. If you haven't been there yet, I encourage you to go there. I've given the Khutbah Jummah there several times, and it's really heartwarming for me to go there, and they treat me like a king. Mashallah. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Someone is with us?
Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought this. We have a third person came in. My apology.
We almost had. Well, we lost them. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So, brother and sister, so please see if you could join us. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to be so proud of this masjid in Martin Luther King and Central Avenue in LA. And also that other event. Wallahi, you're going to receive a lot of hasanat. To come and join us, because it's going to be very, very nice. And we invited Laila, which is the daughter of Muhammad Ali. She's going to join us, inshallah, in Martin Luther King and Central Masjid Bilal. So come on and join us and meet her as well. And she will tell us a little bit about, her dad and what's happening in their life. Okay. Also, shall we, Sheikh Yusuf, I wanted to share with them Surah Al-Isra, since we were talking about Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa.
I think that's a very good idea. We'll wind it up at just letting you see more pictures of the outside of the masjid.
Please.
Please visit us there. And now let's go back to Sheikh and ask him to talk about this project.
Yeah. Okay. So, brother and sister, I was telling you about the reward on different masajid. Masjid al-Nabawi in Medina, it's 1,000 times better than praying in other masjid. And Masjid al-Nabawi, 1,000. And the biggest is Al-Haram, Masjid al-Haram. 100,000 times is better than any other masjid. So see if you could pray on those three: Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Nabawi, and Masjid al-Aqsa. This way it goes on your scale of good deeds, and inshallah it may allow you to enter Jannah. So let's talk about Surah Al-Isra. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. إنه هو السميع البصير. I emphasize about the word السميع البصير. Okay, now let us translate here. Glory to Allah, who took his servant, Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, for a journey by night from the sacred mosque to the farthest mosque which we have blessed, in order to show Prophet Muhammad ﷺ some of our signs. Surely Allah is all hearing and all seeing. I'm emphasizing again. This way, my dear brother and sister, rest assured, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He see what is happening on earth. And He hear what's happening on earth. So don't worry, relax, do your dua, do righteous things, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of things on time. Sometimes, some people, they say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why He's not doing anything right now? What is going on? Where is Allah in all this? My dear brother and sister, do not lose your faith in Allah. Be patient, because let me tell you, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intervene every time someone is trying to harm another, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stops that person or stop that country, started the invasion, that's mean we're losing our choice of freedom. And then we are a human being, we're not angels. Angels, they are ordered to do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them to do. Human beings, we have a choice. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's leaving us to our choice, to choose. But if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intervene every time one person wants to hurt another, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is capable to stop it, but we lose our freedom of choice. And a human being have that freedom. You have the freedom to go rob a bank, or you have a freedom to go build a masjid. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you a choice. You do whatever you want to do. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us with the Holy Quran as for you to choose the right path, the straight path. Otherwise, we will not be human beings. We will be angels if we following.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sheikh.
You are right. And just in closing, we're out of time. I wanted to show pictures of the masjid as opposed to the other picture of the Dome of the Rock. So, guys, this is the masjid and not this. Okay? I would like for you to see the difference. Okay? This is the Dome of the Rock. In the background there, you will see a little building. That is also for an offices or something like that. But if you want to see the real Masjid Aqsa, that is, well, everything went crazy on me. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Yep. All right. I don't know why it did this to me, but let's see if we can do that again.
Why are you doing that, Sheikh? I want to let them know, when you look at the Masjid Al-Aqsa and you look at Masjid Bilal, they are designed similarly, the squares like that.
Yeah, okay. This is, look at it, this is Dome of the Rock. Not the masjid. This is the masjid here. No, it didn't show up again. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, there. Nope.
It comes and goes.
Yeah, well.
So they could also search it on their own, and they will see the difference.
There you go. Now it's up there. Now I don't know why I had that problem. But anyway, this is Masjid Aqsa, and this is the Dome of the Rock. And now it's showing Masjid Aqsa again. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good way to end it up.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Maybe you'll be on here again.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. First of all, I would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this opportunity to meet with our brothers here in Qatar, in Doha, here at the Fanar Center, to study together and